What's that? A shower room or something. Okay. Is there anybody here? Are you hearing that?
Yes, I believe that.
Tell me what you're hearing.
Dynamo noise.
Yeah.
The other night.
Yeah. Oh, he's here. He's here. He's here. I can hear him.
Go and sit in there.
Feck off. Are you here? Are you here? Can you hear that?
What was that?
Can you hear it, Chris?
What?
Chris, I think we should leave now.
The-
No, Chris, I think we're right at the other end of the building, right, okay?
Yeah.
And we've got a really long cable and,
We've got to get back.
yeah,
I heard footsteps.
there's something. Can we go now? This is like being in a bloody horror movie. Hello? Hello?
Can you hear footsteps?
Yeah. Let's go back out here this way.
Right, don't slam that door.
I'm
Let
not
me
going.
get through.
Well, I'm not being at the back.
Can I go first?
No, let's go together.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just the door. It's just the door. Can you slam one of these doors? Isn't it weird? It's so stupid. I feel safer in here. Can you slam one of these doors, please? Are any of the ladies here? All the people that we spoke to earlier on? All 18 of you? I know you're lovely. Could you show us you're here by, I don't know, pushing one of these doors closed? I wish you that one. I wish you that wasn't it.
No, that was not me, Yvette. That wasn't me.
There's a footstep.
I was stationary.
Can you copy me?
Come on, make a whistling sound if you can. Whistle back at us.
What was that? I thought I saw someone in that room then.
You thought you saw someone in the room?
Okay, Yvette Fielding on the edge, maybe on the edge of panic. A lot of action still to come, but we only have one more part on this, our final Most Haunted Live. After a week-long investigation, everyone is feeling very tense, so I apologise for any extreme language you may have heard. We're back after this.
What was that?
Did you hear?
Yes.
It's like a...
Whoa!
Oh, he's here. He's here. He's here. This is like being in a bloody horror movie.
Welcome back to the final part of Most Haunted Live, this silent town, on the final night, and a freezing night it is too, here in the abandoned RAF base of West Raynham in Norfolk. Now, we are about to visit and go to Yvette Fielding for the final vigil, but before then, let's catch up with John Callow and Miriam Cook, our academics and historians. Good evening again for the final time to both of you. It's been an amazing journey this week. Miriam, you first of all, it's the first time you've been with the team.
Yeah.
What have you made of it overall?
Well, it's gone so fast. I can't believe it's the last night. Being here, it's just been a very interesting and very good experience, and I mean, learning so much about the base and what's happened in the countryside around, the archaeology there, and it's made me think a lot about change and changes over time. I mean, in the base itself, where you go from when it was built to a bombing and fighting base, then through to training, then to the Cold War base, and now back to residential again, and all the people that lived here, and it's nice that there's going to be another community living here as well. But also, the past is like that. It's constantly changing. We had Neolithic here, Neolithic flints found. We've had round barrows from the Bronze Age, when we're going into the Iron Age, the medieval period.
But we never found your missing medieval village. But it's been great having you on the team. Thank you, Miriam, for the moment. And John, as you'd expect, this base kind of encapsulates the history of the Second World War and then the back half of the 20th century.
Yeah. Well, what I think we've been seeing are little snapshots of communities and time, and also little snapshots of some of the most difficult periods in our nation's history. We always think of the countryside as a quiet pastoral place. Well, the countryside around here was incredibly unquiet, exciting, difficult and dangerous, but also heroic.
A bit like Yvette Fielding's journey this week. Thank you both very much. Let's find out what you've been seeing and sensing for the last time on this Most Haunted Live. Julian Clegg and Interactive.
Thank you very much indeed, Paul. Well, fantastic week and indeed night on Interactive. Tara from Paynton says, I keep seeing nurses in uniforms following the team around. They are everywhere, in every room the team go. Tara, thank you. And Dorian in Liverpool, tell the team to beware of a man and his dog following the team around from room to room. Let's go through the webcams, what you've been seeing tonight. Webcam 1, the corridor, there it is, and let's bring it out, and white mist moving up and down the corridor, a theme of the night, and orbs flying around a tall figure. Thank you for all your mentions and sightings on webcam 1 tonight. Webcam 2, the X-ray room, a figure stood behind the door looking through the window, a theme of the evening, and also a figure peeking around the door as if looking for someone. That's the general messages on that one. Moving on to webcam 3, the decontamination stage 1, a face in the airlock door window, a theme of the evening, and heavy and deep breathing being heard on that webcam 2. And webcam 4, decontamination stage 2, reports of a cat in the middle of the room playing with something or eating out of a bowl. Lots of people said that tonight, and lots of orbs floating over the head. You can see the team there ready for the final vigil of the evening. General themes of the night, lots of figures sighted on the webcams, particularly nurses busily running around, a dark figure following the team and leaning over the table during the seance, a man in uniform holding a gun, lots of banging sounds, orbs sighted around the team during their investigations tonight, and a white mist appearing on and floating around the investigation team's camera as well. Now, the themes of the week include, well, fantastic response on Morse code. You've been translating not just the literal letters, but also the RAF slang and the Army slang for Morse code. Brilliant. Thank you for all that this week. Also, the sound of aircraft engines and planes flying past and present being heard, along with sirens and whistling and music. And lots of interpretation of the sound, that crackling sound we've had all week. Very interesting as well. I want to thank Paul Worley, by the way, our Morse code operator, who's done a fantastic job for us this week, last night in particular, translating the Morse code. Paul, thank you. You've done a great job for us. And also thank you to our interactive team, Stuart, Sneeta, Claire and John, who've done a great job. Thank you, guys. Couldn't do it without you. Finally, Phil says, I only went to the medical centre twice. I wasn't happy with the building as it felt dark and oppressive, and my neighbours would recount stories of incidents around the camp. 2 years later, I met a dog handler who didn't like patrolling near the medical centre. His dog always led him round the site, and when he came to the medical centre, he had to pull the dog behind him because he didn't want to go there. With that, from all of us on Interactive and from you at home, brilliant. Thank you very much indeed. Paul, back to you.
Thank you, Julian Clegg. And let's also catch up now with Phil Wyman, our paranormal investigator. Phil, each Most Haunted is a journey into the unknown, but also a journey of discovery about new scientific techniques. What's been your standout moment?
Oh, crikey. There have been loads. The kind of voice noises, the high-pitched sounds. I must admit that I think the Morse code experiments have been very interesting, especially when we were playing the sirens in, and it was going around the board spelling leave, I think it was, in decamp. That was flying around the board so fast, it was unbelievable.
We also got that use of RAF slang. Wizard popped up,
Yeah.
which is an old 1940s word, and they did seem to, whatever was there, it seemed to respond to having the mood enhanced by the sirens or the violin music. Is that common in this kind of investigation?
It is. I mean, if you kind of try to recreate the era that you're looking for the spirits in, like the RAF base, for instance, you do tend to get a little bit more activity.
Thank you, Phil Wyman. Let's go straight back now for the last time on this Most Haunted Live to Yvette Fielding Karl Beattie and the team in the medical centre here in RAF West Raynham in Norfolk. Yvette.
Thank you very much, Paul. Well, this has been an incredible 7 nights. It really, really has. Every night we've had something different. You know, the last few locations that we've been to on the base, we've all sort of centred on something. So one night it was like that squeaky noise, then we've had the Morse code, and it seems, you know, we come here and we're sort of getting flying bullets, and the squeaky noise and the knocking, and it just all seems to be very, very strong in this particular building. And we're in the place now, the location when we did the Ouija board right at the beginning of the programme, and I'm just wondering, there are a couple of rooms off that Chris and I investigated. We did hear some noise. I know Chris Conway said he was hearing noises as if the beds were moving as well. So I think we should head